So let's see if that changes here again.
All right, well, that's appropriate. And the fact that, once again, we can all look like tits when Trace looks like a savant.
The only moments in
I'm still catching my breath from that Spirit game, but I'm so grateful to be bringing you this one. And BOOMich pulls out a CZ double just like that. Magic. Starting us off with a bang. Navi starting on the CT side. Get the housekeeping out of the way. BOOMich is going to grab himself a bit of damage. It will be simple long range with that Glock in the Liege. He wants that bomb, but the door's open. He's taking some chances. Door's closed now. Bomb picked up, and he can make a bit of a charge to the wide open A site. Stewie's gone. All 5 members of Navi on B. If Elige pulls up his socks, he might have been able to get that open bomb site with a bomb down, but missing now. They thought they had the bomb. And BOOMich goes looking, finds Elige, yeah.
Electronic's just chasing here. This could get dicey. This is Elige after all.
Calm down. I know we've seen some mad things today. And it is Elige who has just constantly been blowing our proverbial minds. There we go. Okay, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good.
Yeah, we can settle into this one now. So last time these two teams played, Navi got the win. But before that, Liquid bettered them, right? In that game, Naf went absolutely mental. He had some fantastic stats in that one. I think overall for the series, he was plus 20, 42 kills over 2 maps. They played Inferno and Nuke. That was back in Blast, the 20th of January.
I had a quick chat with Moses actually yesterday. Just talking to him and just getting a vibe for how Fallen's transformed this squad, and it's just structure, rigidity, and positivity.
Okay.
To summarize,
being positive is very important, especially in a game like Counter-Strike. So, if he can keep that up.
Going to be the MP9 on Simple's back, and that's going to be a quick couple of injections of cash. The 600 a pop. Hello, overwhelming with their P250s and Glocks respectively. They will manage to find one. Ooh, so will BOOMich. He's started spicy. Do you remember last Katowice where BOOMich kind of put himself on the map?
Oh, I remember. And then he fell off quite quickly by getting naded at the sandbags time and time again. But the BOOMich you're talking about is back.
Yes, the stubborn mule that BOOMich is on Inferno. Fortunately, we're not starting there. Overpass. God, I'm still in recovery. Wasn't expecting to get this treat.
Yeah, sorry to the viewers just tuning in for this one. We might be a little bit shell-shocked for the first couple. Witnessed almost history being made just before.
Yeah, I'm back. So I have to stand up for this one, keep the blood flowing.
I think that's probably a good idea. I think the key point is we can watch these last 2 players get whittled away here, Stewie and Grim. Okay, turns the caster curse is a lot realer than I thought. BOOMich gets the final 2. BOOMich is the man we need to talk about, right? Because his impact and the aggressive maneuvers that he has been getting away with have shaped it up, and then Simple and Electronic, their staggering ability is not just wasted, right? Perfecto's also been playing quite well, and Flamey clearly has been working on his individual ability. Now, we still get the anomalies, the blips on the radar, but not in the last 10. Okay, the last 10, Navi have won the last 10 in a row. That is a lot of best-of-3 series to just be putting under your belt.
And let's not forget, of course, defending champions of Katowice 2020, where, as the aforementioned BOOMich pop off alongside the entirety of the squad. So it's time for the rifles. Some Galils and AKs make their way into the field. Round 3, first map, final series of the day. Liquid and Navi duking it out. Same things at stake. This is an upper bracket final for Group B.
Oh. Simple doing his best art impression there. Aggressive towards Monster with that AWP. We saw a lot of those hijinks earlier in the day. And Simple catching Naf. So a good individual to keep silent here within the early stages. And a big pick to find. Up long they scurry. 3 of them with the bomb. Just 1 man in swing, in rotation over towards Connector. That will be Grim.
Does look like Navi's setup is prime for this. Elige, if he can just tuck in, so this is great for him now. He's in the off angle. Even if you go for a deep clear, you may not find him. Simple. And BOOMich, responsible for toilets and mid. He will be fully flash, fires off the shot. That's info. They know they can take some space.
Elige's just coming long.
He's not. He's not. Oh, he's actually got a little bit of a gap. BOOMich in toilets. Corralled now by the Liquid rifles. Fallen's the one to convert it. Now, but it looks like Simple's responsible for the front, and Electronic's trying to catch that long walkout. The flashes suppressed them. They're getting some great space. Look at this utility usage from Liquid. The frags don't come in, though. It's an Electronic double. Elige element of surprise. Couldn't quite find the precise first headshot. And now everyone's everywhere. Poor old Grim's got 4 targets to find. They're all over the shop. Multiple peeking, using that USP to close the gap before things get a bit weird. Nice stuff all across the board. Navi flexing on them.
Talk about impact. That was Electronic's first 3 kills this game. All there to slow that ascent onto the A bomb site. So good stuff there to get on the board. Even finds himself an AK-47. It's good that he can even adjust for a kill like that. So good pressure there from Liquid. You could see there was a moment, there was a chance, but it all gets mopped on up. And you want to be making your way straight into those semis, but Astralis, with a bit of a boo-boo against Spirit, are going to find themselves on whoever wins this match's side of the bracket. So we could have some real problems.
Lordy Lord.
Spirit have set this whole playoffs into disarray. Well, potentially. Liquid are no slouches. They've been playing better Counter-Strike as Fallen's had more time with the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a perfect example of solving multiple problems with one fell swoop. Leadership, sniping presence, experience by the boatload as well. You know, let's not forget that Stewie was quite the young chicken plucked into the Cloud9 roster initially.
Okay, so a bunch of Deagles, Scout as well. These are perfect weapons for a map like Overpass, especially heading over to A. I say that, simple strikes, Fallen falls.
Okay. Should be Boomich for a double here. Giving it a good go. Maybe even a third. Stewie's quick there on the Deagle will mantle up, and Simple taking a very ambitious flick.
He's just going to hide in the smoke as well. Doesn't want to risk getting taken down by any stray bullets.
Yeah, it's very regimented stuff. That does look promising, but doesn't even find a lick of damage. Tried to force him into Grim's Deagle, but Electronics there saying, leave him alone. And Stewie with an unarmored M4 will lurk in the smoke, and I think Simple's far too switched on for this. Ooh, a bit of a miss. Damage inflicted, a double so far for Stu. Electronics scavenges away the AWP and finishes the job for him. So far, a regimented NAVI. Recovering all the weapons, starting to build quite a nice CT bank balance. And so it's time to see how the full T-side weapon round shapes up for Team Liquid. 4-0, starting it off. Overpass, Liquid's pick. Dust 2 was where Na'Vi want to take this one, and should we require it, a third map decider on Inferno.
Just to note, Flamey is yet to die and yet to get a kill. So he's doing pretty well at the moment. Has an AK.
How's it going, guys?
Can I have some kills? A quick play here, extinguishing the Molotov, so the intent that there are players over towards Playground is known for Na'Vi. And Stewie, he's going to force forward, so a Molotov and a smoke to obscure Simple's aggressive pick. And he might even get caught over this.
That's big. Elige and Stewie work together to get the job done. Grim did not check his corners, and Boomich with perfect timing. He'll take the upgrade, and he'll take that huge amount of information. Solo play from Grim through Underpass silenced. Stewie's on a bit of a mission here, looking for toilets info.
We've even had Electronic come back over towards A as well, so retooling this defense of Na'Vi. Flamey might actually get some action now. 9 ADR, and we're 5 rounds deep.
As if Electronic doesn't get it all done for him.
This nade over the top of Dicebox just takes a chunk of damage. They're down to 74, but that actually spurs him forwards.
Yeah, he wants to try and isolate Stewie. And I swear,
not gonna clear it.
He's not clearing it. Okay, perfection. Stewie can't believe his luck, and that's not luck. That's skill. Flamey gone. Another kill. 3 for Stewie so far.
All right, well, taking the AWP out of his hands, taking the in-game leadership burden off of him, and just use him as a ride-or-die entry frag and making space. That is fantastic work, as Liquid will be on the board with their first.
6 for Stewie so far. Let's not forget the couple of those were just with that Desert Eagle and the recovered M4, but this one, that converts directly into Liquid's first.
Yeah, if this can be a liberating change with Fallen coming in that allows Stewie to give more to the team, he's a player that gets singled out by the community for not necessarily having the biggest frag impact. We're looking more to Elige and Naf. Fallen on the AWP has had some moments. If Stewie can be consistent on the entry frags, he opens up even more room for Elige and Naf to be deadly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a blend of selflessness to Stewie's play, where it's all about his understanding as to the space he can make with the decisions he is making. It's can be hard to perceive. Of course, you know, I see people tweeting me saying, they made Astralis look like Gold Novas. And I'm like, well, clearly you don't play enough Counter-Strike then.
Oh, dear. Yeah, it's
like you sit there on your armchair and you throw stones at the top 10 of Counter-Strike. Just bloody enjoy it.
Yeah, if someone's going to play that well, there's a reason for it, right?
Exactly. Hard work pays off. Stop dismissing it.
Yeah, it's not always just a Cinderella story, right? You have to work hard to get to the point that a lot of these teams and players are at. Let's see if Liquid can double down on what they just did. Simple won't be staying behind any close smokes this time. Couple of nades, rocket on out. Electronic over towards B this time, and look how forward Boomich is.
Quickly caressing his cursor over all the possibilities. With a boost on the playground, no one home, okay, I'm gonna get the hell out of there. I think he's aware he's operating under a timer, and he actually goes to join the safe haven that is that long toilet side. He does currently not have the info. I think he is gonna wanna hold that line. Yeah, this is enough for him. He'll be able to confirm that there's no one crossing underpass, and I say that as Elige is about to give it a go. It's gonna come down to when Boomich checks it. Looks like Elige is gonna be able to slip the net. Simple's responsible now for Banana. Oh.
Boomich has got company.
He has. Quick reactions, though. There's the Stewie trade. Nearly took two there, Boomich. Kicking and screaming to take him down. A kill and a half. NAF, we talked about, you know, just how much he popped off last time they faced.
45 seconds, so Liquid need to make up their minds soon. Dropping guns across, Jewel pick up the AWP, falling onto a rifle. Utility is good for an execute here, and it looks like they're lining it up now. Molotovs and smokes will be good. The flash is even better.
It's only simple. Only. What am I saying? It's simple. Holding steady, 25 seconds as they advance. Rotation coming in from his second in command. And a tag onto Fallen. They can take some space off that. Fully flashed, he tucks himself in on the re-peek, 1 for 1. They'll take it. That should enable a plant. I say that with bated breath. No one can contest. Yeah, it's down on Optimus. And NAF, appropriately, transforms the site with his smoke. 2 on the dice box. They're trying to contest. 2 coming in from Bang. That's a big shot from Flamey to hit his very first in the feed. And NAF lines up a double. All 3 frags in this round alone. They're taking it in turns to shine bright. 1-on-1. It's not planted for him. Oh, he was loud. And he's caught, but Grim's got the aim. And his very first frag as well. That is the second, clawed back by Liquid.
Ooh, okay. A couple of things to note here. Now, maybe I didn't get the memo, Alex, but Boomich is traditionally playing over towards B, or the swing player. He's been very aggressive over towards A in a couple of these rounds, and Electronic has been more of that swing man in certain scenarios. If this is a change just for Liquid, I'm going to be very interested to see. They might want to unravel to make sure they can't execute onto the sites. We'll have to continue to recall what's been happening with NAVI in recent times, but as we get underway with round number 7, it will just be these pistols. So the CZ75 for Electronic. Boomich has found himself a Deagle. Same for Flamey and Simple, and then just perfected with the P250. Electronic actually has a little bit of utility, and that flash is so good!
Oh, it was juicy! Grim. Vision restored. And Hope 2. Just pistols at the moment. Got the CZs, Deagles, all of that good stuff.
I think they found the recipe for Boomich, right? He's very good when he's aggressive and taking space. Now, to do that at B is much more difficult. There's a lot more avenues at A. Now, traditionally, it would be Electronic holding these type of positions.
Are you telling me that Navi have found another banana? Well, another Inferno banana for him to throw his body at?
Yeah, but he has a lot more options, right? Whereas Electronic, he's great at that role too, but Boomich will probably take more risks, which means Electronic now gets to play more late to mid-round.
And any sort of late A hits, you've got Electronic just being that late arrival, multi-kill, all that saved utility if you haven't pulled it out of him on B, yeah?
Starting to sound a bit scary.
It does sound like a spicy setup.
Yeah, see how this one develops. As Simple is going to have a duel against some very long-range weaponry here as the AWP trundles down long. Couple of rifles just in front. Smoke's being lined up here, and it looks like more peppering over towards the A side.
Simple and a Desert Eagle, an iconic mix. Doing their due diligence, and the shadow advantage is there, but so is the trade. 3 bodies remaining for Navi. They'll be throwing them through the smokes potentially. We've got a flash on Electronic. You can smoke towards the bomb or opting for the flash out of bank. I like it.
Yeah, to be above that lip, so it gives Perfecto and Flamey a bit of room to move off this.
Doesn't catch Fallen though, and he's holding the line to cross out from the APC. Just like that. Oh, Liquid trying to close the gap. Gets a little extra casualty there, so 2 bodies hit the deck, but still keeping the main body of the assault alive, and Liquid closing that gap now to just that 1 round. 3 in a row from North America's Team Liquid.
And we will be seeing the Navi buy come through. Simple back onto that AWP. And I want to continue to see what happens with this CT-sided hold from Navi. Because Boomich does feel like he's feeling himself. He has 10 kills already. He's had some good impact. He even has 5 assists. We're only 7 rounds into play, so being involved in a lot here, Boomich. Quickly over towards Playground. Simple shot lets them know there is an AWP to get past. And Boomich up close again.
It's where he belongs. The front lines of the defense.
He's just pushing.
Oh,
right.
the timing could not have been more ridiculous. Stewie pulls the pin, trying to punish, but Simple's there as well. The molly stops him. He can't assist. Look at the damage they're taking just to try and bail Boomich out. Electronics there for the fight as well. Simple in the flames.
They all get away.
What? Simple wasn't far off with his guess either. Grim was bang on through that wall. All right. I mean, it feels worse than it looks.
They can keep 3 on A here. They just re-smoke Monster from the A site, right? So they don't need to rotate over to help Perfecto and Flamey. And Electronic is even taking more control back long. Fallen spotted this. They know there's one on site, but flashed back 50 seconds. Liquid are running out of options and running out of time.
Especially because Electronic and Boomich are moving into the long.
He might even just keep pushing Boomich.
Around the world, yeah.
Even because he's so low, he can play for info. And Simple's rotating back now, so the site will be given up. Or will it?
Yeah, Boomich and Electronic are ready to contest here, and Grim's just not considered that as an option yet. Oh, with the bomb in his hand, that's a big reaction from Grim, but he wasn't ready for a second. Nav desperate to plant, but he still gets pulled off, needs the clean headshot, and finds it.
GG.BET now.
Where do you plant? You know they're coming in, you know they're the B players.
Oh, what a nade.
Right on the jaw. Flamey rotating in on that bin, and there's info. Fallen on the AWP, flashed off. Nav playing for survival, and Fallen playing for the round. They've done it. Big stuff from Liquid here.
Holy moly, that was a 3-on-5, and just a patient 3-on-5. That low HP of Navi, it's not like it even came back to bite them. That wasn't the unraveling factor here. They still traded efficiently on the side.
The fact that Grim gets one without going down and then his death is traded, like that was the difference maker. Enabled Naf to swing out. He just survives long enough for the 2v2, and that's huge, man.
And Fallen AWPing Simple there as well, just to completely deny any space for the AWP. Pistols will be back. Liquid looking good now. This is their map choice. Should be set for a 5th, but you need to get past these Navi Deagles. Electronic sees it again, couple of flashes one more time. And he's over towards that B site again. So maybe he'll flash for connector or flash up towards A if they don't go for anything crazy. See the jump peaks. Image tucked in, close towards the bathroom. Simple here as well. And Liquid have an affinity for long, right? You see they continue to take this. It's probably where Fallen can operate the best with the AWP, or a gap that they've identified where they can punish Navi. It almost feels like they're getting a free pass here time and time again. What can you do, Simple?
They're not taking any chances. Oof, neither Simple. He's taking no prisoners. 2 down toilets. Nav's there as well if he fancies his chances. Not messing around. Not going for the weapon recovery, simply wanting to finish it with the Desert Eagle. He spots and Simple breaking the rules here and breaking the morale of Team Liquid. Nav trying to stabilize, but the damage is done. Simple has happened.
Reload, would you? 2 bullets left.
Nah.
Style points.
Yeah. He wanted to finish it off with 1 clip.
Give yourself a few extra chances right there. Well, they're still coming A.
Okay, and he's hit Fallen with that bullet too. Into the site, Electronic to swing on the plant. Fallen's trying to get away with murder here, and Electronic can't believe his luck. Oh, Naf, bail him out. Does have to be Simple. He's knocked down 2. Naf, pop off, son. 4 frags for him. Turns around what was the hero play. And with an AK no armor, no kit, suddenly the odds have shifted. Naf putting in a shift. 10. 4 in this round alone.
He drops the smoke on the bomb here, taps it. He will draw them both out. It's not planted for them. Naf's making space already.
They know he's not on it.
Time's a problem.
Fallen just ready to punish on the retreat, and it's a clean P2 fitty. Liquid deny the Simple hero play.
They should not be getting away with that one right there. There were plenty bodies on the site there to at least get one of those kills. The fact that Naf peels those away after this, look at this, just standing and delivering Simple, and the 3rd shot.
That's my favorite.
He dropped back.
Okay, great. We got Naf's POV. Yes, it was just hectic. 1 by 1, he got to get his individual jewels.
Oh, head on
and Fallen,
swivel.
to have the audacity to just say, cover me, I'm planting in a 2v4, that's faith in Naf.
All right, that Navi, they're not going to tilt off that, but that's going to start definitely weighing that side of the
planted the seed. There's a tilt seed in the soil.
Someone's watering it now. Let's see.
Look at Electronic with his all pre-aiming the 5-man boost, a 4-man boost. All right.
It's not this long take from Liquid off the bat in round number 10, actually peering more over towards B. Sandbag control taken very early from Elige. This is a deadly position to be in, and with all that spam damage coming through the smoke, they might know that both players are isolated over towards Monster. Elige has them trapped on in here. No, I say that, he's mollied out of position.
You say trapped in there. I also think the success they've had towards toilets and A is locked simple to long. His rotate couldn't be further away from where the hit's going in. Stewie, oh, again with the nades. Keep your hand off him. Quick trade. He did dink Nav. Surely an unlikely tale for Elige. He's forced to smoke himself out just for survival, so they've taken a heavy beating as they dip their toe into the B pool.
Oh, Boomich as well. He's locked off this rotation, so any silly business out of Liquid late.
I mean, through spawn is always scary because you just don't know.
And that time, with 40 seconds left on the clock, Simple's here as well. They've stacked it.
They're in the right place. And that smoke, you can drop it perfect. Oh, it couldn't be better timing as they throw their execute molly. Tiniest of gaps. Just before the smoke blooms, Grim has his head knocked off. Elige fills the feed. Haven't seen his name too much. Maybe he can take control. Fallen can? What? How do they keep turning these around? There should not be a way in. Elige and Nav with 15 seconds, if they could find a safe place to plant.
Oh, he should just be able to get it down here, Nav.
They're turning it once again on its head. Boomich to clutch. Elige playing for safety. Nav gets the info. How does he not go down? Peeks in with the AWP and another. They steal them another round from under Navi's nose.
Okay, that seed that was planted just 1 round ago already starting to sprout because Navi should not be dropping these rounds. They have the right reads.
They're in the right place. I mean, like,
Exactly.
even the fact that they were doing the monster execute, they had 4 CTs there, and Simple even hits one before their smoke blooms. It seemed like the dream scenario. Fallen pulls a double out of his bottom. Okay, round 11. Keep dreaming. Stewie's just given the run boost of a century. He's going to have some serious pace. Does he go?
It's the Surf too. He's going to be there miles ahead of anyone else.
Brrr, up short. No one's looking. And executes Flamey. Perfection. Boomich added to the list. Grim and Stewie noting down. Only Perfecto left with a CZ on the site, given a whole lot of responsibility now. But this is refreshing. Liquid hit pause.
Yeah, allow Navi to trip over themselves here. Gonna have to make some risks, take some risks, and this is the first. 2 players at Sandbags ready to fight and deal with this.
Nice from Stu.
Oh, it's just melting them away now. It's just simple. And look, I know I said only and just and all of that before, but when the bomb's going down on B, you're tucked in having a snack over at party. Whoo-wee, okay, Liquid. This is quite the slew of rounds that they've strung together here. This is 7 in a row. They started after losing Pistol, didn't get the early rounds going their way, but they've bounced back with 7 on the trot.
Yeah, and almost every single one of them, they've either had 1 player alive, 3 alive, 2 alive, 2 alive. It's been so damn close, and it's just a testament to these last few players holding on for Liquid. They're showing a newfound tenacity. They do not quit. They do not surrender. Do not go quietly into the night.
Just note, Simple's doing a lot of talking here, right? You see his mouth, he's moving a lot right there while he's just holding on to this. He's trying to relay something to his team, trying to give him a pep talk, trying to let him know.
70 rounds and posted in succession.
Yeah, the thing is, if the half ended now at 8-7, Liquid would still be happy with that, but obviously they want to do as much damage as they possibly can. Don't allow Na'Vi too many options to get back in. The Na'Vi T side has been developing quite nicely. We'll have to wait a couple more rounds before we get over there, but the double AWP seems to be the response. So Flamey onto a big green, 1 for Simple 2. Early mollies across the map, and Stewie takes all that damage. He's just going ride or die.
He likes the pace. He liked the way that felt. This time, though, it is up against the bigger buy.
Okay, GG.BET odds still favoring Na'Vi, but it is early days. A long series ahead of us, I'm sure. Control being taken now. Extra bit of pace from Stu. Grim up through the connector, letting everyone know. And now Long again.
He's so flashed. Forces him off.
Yeah, he can't risk the repeat there whatsoever. So now, just with a couple of basic flashes, Na'Vi have completely given up bathroom control and Long. And look who's taken back some of that bathroom control. Simple. He's out seeking a duel. Not too many players can play with the AWP this far forward and find multi-kill success. Electronic, the man in swing now. He's just darting back and forth on that radar, and this is the job of a rotator. You don't know exactly where you need to be until the last second. Liquid just being diligent about this, clearing the close corners with Molotovs. Could even be a fake at some point in the game here from Liquid. Oh, the double!
Okay, maybe even a triple. Simple's got a couple more to find, but Liquid going to be shell-shocked after that one, and they were doing a late hit. Oh, the shadow. Hello, Fallen. Doesn't stop him hitting the shot. He'd have to hit a whole lot more, though, and that's finished off nicely. So NAVI, they will just close that gap, breaking their 7-round silence. It's not like there's not going to be another buyout of Liquid. They've been accruing plenty of funds, and thank you, Simple. Collateral pulls NAVI into a 5th.
Yeah, look at that gap. Stewie just jumps in exactly at the same time as Elige is peering through Divider. I was saying not too many players can get a lot of kills there. Well, he gets 3 with only 2 bullets. Surprised he got taken down by Fallen there. That was actually quite the peak. But we'll get this one back underway with
interesting.
Fallen leading towards B early.
Yeah, and do you notice how he wanted to make sure he was the one that extinguished it, so Elige and Stewie both have smokes? His exclusive purpose there was for the sound cue.
Oh,
ouchie.
A lot of pressure on Stewie here to take this control with Elige. They've been acting as a bit of a pack, and Elige has actually been the one entering for Stewie, and Stewie's been doing the trade work, so let's see how long that continues. As the bus has been parked over here outside of B.
I mean, it's Flamey and Perfecto alone on B right now. The Electronics actually rotated away thanks to Stewie's util.
Left flush forward.
The strat is working perfectly. If they find Flamey, oh, he was flashed and everything. He will get traded. Stewie arrives just as he needed to. Electronics the only one that can contest. That's the bomb. He throws it across to evade the potential death. Oh, Stewie's just caught Simple from behind. 4 versus 2. Liquid. They faked out NAVI. They pulled Electronic away from the B site and hit it to perfection. On the retake now was Electronic and Boomich. Now, the Lone Wolf.
And he might even have to save.
Liquid are playing good Counter-Strike right now.
Yeah, it's great to see. They've conditioned NAVI early, and now Boomich is just hanging around, seeing if he can find an escape route. 2 kills. Not bad, chipping away at that economy of Liquid, but it's still another 2.
Guys! Scaring me a little bit.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
There it is. Boomich did that the other day. Remember when NAVI were having a rough time against VP, started spamming the bodies, getting it going? Elige rubbing the salt in the wound there.
Could not have had better timing.
Yeah. Flamey might have been able to get away.
Let's see Simple's death here. Yeah. Ooh. All right. Tell your mates. I think we might have a proper game here. Liquid NAVI, 10. By the way, just repeating what we said at the start of this, because I think it is so poetic that we've got a competitive first half here. NAVI are on a 10-game streak, 10 series streak. That's a lot of Counter-Strike. The previous loss was to a Team Liquid. Now with a Fallen spin. Elige deals with the aggression. Through the flames was Electronic, trying to catch him off guard, but you have to get up pretty damn early in the morning to catch Elige slipping.
Yeah, that felt very desperate there from Electronic. Trying to make a play with these pistols. Simple's actually opted in with an M4. That's the Boomich M4, mind you. All right, well, up long they go, Alex. It seems like a walk in the park, quite literally at this point.
Yeah, okay. The only slight caveat is the armored Simple that awaits on the site.
No, Simple did buy that M4. I thought I was going crazy.
You're okay.
Yeah, well, I think I am going crazy, but yeah, we're bang on there. So Boomich in this forward position, this could be a lot of impact.
Perfect little jiggle from Grim, the new gen. And there you have it, folks. A wide open site, gifted to by Stewie's frag onto Simple. Trying to play in that little off angle, the limbo between the two, but checked and fragged. You said they'd be happy with 7. I think they'll be more than happy with what is currently standing at 9. One final taste of it, though.
You know what's wild about this is that they didn't go with the game plan of let's bully the B bomb site where Flamey and Perfecto play. They said let's go A, where traditionally Electronic and Simple are, and Boomich was there on a mad one within the early few rounds. they've been able to win rounds at those sites and in number disadvantages. Like that is the difference maker so far in this half, is the 2-on-4s. Like we cannot forget that. Liquid have pulled those out of nowhere, out of thin air.
I mean, I think, yeah, a NAF highlight package would be your explanation as to where some of those like game-defining, map-defining rounds have come from Liquid.
You sandwich that with the Stewie openings as well.
Yep,
and that's where the keys to success have been for Liquid in this first half. Now, we are very, very early days. But this first half, if Liquid end up with 10, we might be on for another 3-mapper here. I think I did jinx it.
Just keep your mouth shut.
My fingers off the Twitter sphere. Normally a good rule of thumb.
Yeah, there's nothing good to be found there.
All right, all right. Wow. NAVI, a round win going into the second half would be good. Simple's been given an AWP. Finished last round with 350 left in the bank balance.
Did they watch a demo and just see Liquid doing it every round, or what?
Well, they don't want to go down to it. They're really making sure they're covering all potential avenues right now.
Look at the angle. He's actually elevated. I don't know if Grim's going to be ready for this one. Will he be safe from the molly here? Nope. Nope. Boomich. Boomich! He burns 100-0. Ugh, Grim's taken down the fearless leader. Now a one-man advantage, looking for double digits on their map pick, and they're actually going to be boosting for a potential frag onto short. I don't know if that's worth pursuing.
Yeah, I think after the first fumble, you call it off, especially at Tier 1 CS. You give things one crack, and that's it.
Simple and Electronic, quite the partnership responsible for this ace site, but hasn't stopped Liquid from converting successfully. NAF's given the responsibility of caretaking that monster aggression for info. It's a 2-2 split of your CTs. It's standard stuff.
If they go for another A finish here and get past Electronic and Simple again, that's going to be a big blow to the confidence. Smoke's going out into the site now. They haven't fully gone for the commitment just yet here. Liquid have to start getting a wriggle on. There's 25 seconds left.
Smokes bloom. The flames land. Electronic is forced back into bank and behind the smoke. They've taken the site. Actually, a boost. That could be everything. The flash suppresses them. They may have to cancel it. They've even just been tagged. Someone caught some flack. Electronic boosts up Simple. The info's there now. 2 bank. 4 left. Smoke's not where it needed to be. NAF's messed that one up. They're all coming in from this side. Audible. Flash. Fallen under scrutiny. Electronic wants to push on in. He does catch one. Multiple frags from Stewie, finally silenced. 3-on-2, the frags keep favoring them, and Liquid, one hell of a run. It's 10-5. Their map pick, and they're showing us why.
Miles of luck. Don't look down, we made it. Feet far off the pavement, and we go up, up, up. 1,000 miles of luck. We stay understated. Pressure feels amazing. Just the dust, just the sand, just the motion of your hands. Travel like lands, it's just enough, oh yeah. Just for you, just a man. Just a notion in the wind. We ain't gotta make plans, fair enough, it's fair enough, oh yeah. Always you and me, tryna be weightless. Like we're the 2 surviving pieces of something. Always you and me, tryna be weightless. And I know it feels like a light years in the making. Up, up, up. 1,000 miles of luck. Don't look down, we made it. far off the pavement. Then we go up, up, up. 1,000 miles of love. Oh no, we stay understated. Pressure feels amazing. Just the dust, just the sand, just the motion of your hand. Travel like land, just your height, man.
I think Navi is a very strong team. I think right now they're probably the #1 team. Like right now, maybe like next to Astralis for sure. I think them and Astralis are the top 2 for sure. So I think they're a very strong team. They're playing really well. Simple's still doing his simple things, is going off, you know, just dropping bombs on everyone. Yeah, I think Boomage is doing really well and calling and all that. And I think so far they're just playing really well. It's hard to, can't really say anything negative about them. Just so far they're just really just gelling well. Seems like the chemistry is all there and they know what they're doing right now. If I had to predict a team that wasn't my team, I would obviously say that they're the favorites to win the tournament with them or Astralis.
Well, 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 what have we here? Naf there talking a little bit about his opponent that he plays up against here for a spot in the Katowice top 4. It is a luxury afforded to only those that can maintain the upper bracket run. Fallen, not been too long ever since his arrival in the Liquid jersey. You can see there's a degree of synergy. Jason Moses O'Toole, one of the nicest human beings to ever grace the Counter-Strike scene. Not a bad bone in his body, apart from when he's playing Fibbage. We're into our pistol. This could be interesting, and so are the odds. GG.BET shifting their mind. Liquid, big part of that. Stewie, by the way, 16 frags as we take note of his performance. He's keeping up with Simple. All right then, very dynamic CT side chat. What do you make of this?
I'm just trying to see where they want to end up because they've gone back and forth and now they're going fourth again. So pushing for info over towards long here, this is good, but unfortunately the attack is looking likely over towards B right now. The jump peeking of Stewie will keep the connector players on notice and Simple's going to get a rude awakening if they continue the long push, but it appears, oh, they've stopped at the pot plants.
I kind of like the double up late, like deep long.
You're not going to hard clear the right if you take this fight with a leash. It just seems maybe too much to ask of Simple.
Excuse me.
Okay, yep, I think he might clear that now.
Yeah, I think he might. But is that going to spur them on into Fallen and Naf, or is they back to basics? Yeah, okay, so they'll draw blood and then regather. Doors open, no sound cue required. They can basically just go entirely silently into this 2-man B hold. Stewie has a smoke. It's
down short.
And monster pressure. Oh, the flash wasn't bad. It actually gave Grim a chance to peek in. Oh, and he does find the head of Perfecto. Now he tucks into that smoke. Long range, Stewie, trying to keep them at bay. Headshots are the desired effect. 24 seconds. Looks like Bomb will be going down, and Simple's added another to his list. It's a quick boost from the Liquid boys, and Simple still hit every shot there on that pistol round. It may not be enough, though. 2 of them cowering on the side to his left. He has to react. Boomich misses his shots, and Naf, he doesn't get a chance. NAVI find a crucial pistol round, and it's a big thank you to Simple. They'll be thanking their lucky stars. He just seemed to hit every single click of his mouse one there. It looks like the AK is going to come out straight out the gate.
It's good to see the P250 being purchased in against these USPs on almost every map now, right? Nuke and Yard, Train, we're seeing it as well. Overpass quite a lot. I think it's almost every single map. Obviously, back in 1.6, you were able to buy the USP, which made pistol rounds a lot more even.
Very silent.
Yeah, that too. It's it's taken a while for players to get to this to know that a P250 should be prioritized quite a lot, at least in the current meta. As it is the force buy here from Liquid. Scout tag from Fallen will not land.
So the only way in which this shapes up nicely for Team Liquid would involve a slow, spread-out default from Na'Vi getting chipped away at through HEs and scouts. So there's only a single HE, so perhaps I'll bite my tongue on the former, but 2 scouts in play.
Watch it come in and get like 3 kills or something with 1 nade at some point.
Yeah, bloody Pokeball. It's a lovely smoke for Monster, thrown out by Naf. Grim will be using that to check if anyone's in front of it, I assume. No, he's cautious.
It is very surprising that they haven't just leant back over towards B after hearing that initial scout, because you're right, if they take tags to these scouts within the early stages, they're in trouble, but they've already whittled down over 55 seconds, over a minute worth of time now. They're just showing indication over towards B, trying to keep as many players busy as possible. Another smoke towards Monster now, feeling secure at Team Liquid.
Yeah, they are, and it's kind of corralling them into the 3-man lean.
Bomb's still
40
down.
seconds, Bomb's miles away. NAVI and running out of time is quite the duo. There's the scout tags we were talking about.
Oh, I don't like this now. This is looking good for Liquid.
It is. If Nav tucks into toilets in time, ooh, he's actually going to find Simple. Here's him. Knows there's more, and 2 to the belly is all it takes with the Deagle. Perfecto and the bomb loose with 20 seconds. They're going to have to pull up their socks and run. Now the scouts are converted.
They just need to pick up these rifles and save. This is not worth it, Navi.
Another tag.
It's really not worth it.
Just like that, Liquid seize control of the economy once again.
Gotta find this AK here. It's on the floor somewhere. Flamey, where is it, mate? There we go. Now run as far as your little legs will take you, because that is going to be a timeout round, and Liquid will post the 11th on the board.
The double, I mean, like having the smokes on Monster and timing them as well as they did, that was enough to corral them into the A site.
Yeah, and there wasn't really any pressure from Na'Vi across the map, right? That was what they were hoping for, that they could pressure the B defenders. And yeah, I would probably take a timeout too, because as soon as you know the scouts in play, going towards A is the more difficult of the feats, right? You have to pick long, maybe you do a run boost, maybe you do a flash, but the scout's probably going to re-peek because they want to take more risks on the CT side with the lower buys. So all it took was that scout shot from Fulham at the start, scout shot onto Simple, and then NAF pushing forward really to unravel that round.
Where did all the scouts go? Am I tripping?
Yeah, get rid of those scouts, mate.
All right.
Get yourself into some of these rifles.
Not even. Not even rifles. They're going for an eclectic SMG buy. Big turnaround from Team Liquid. And Simple, admittedly, did just pop off in the pistol, so it makes sense that they're going to equip their hardest hitters, the heavyweights in the NAVI jersey. Admittedly, it's Boomich, though, at 16 frags. He's the one that's keeping up.
Yeah, so I want to investigate a little bit further about that CT side position change, but that doesn't matter in the short term. As
conversational the same. Let's see if this one shapes up any differently.
Okay,
Smoke for the short pipe.
Yeah, it's a good one that Flamey's been throwing. This is very standard with what you would have seen out of Na'Vi of old, right? I think that Na'Vi have been developing very nicely, but you would see these buys out of them all the time. This is virtue of the saved rifles. But giving Simple and Electronic the 2 biggest guns is using the sharpest tools in your shed and trying to crack open this can of worms. I feel like the pistols of Perfecto, Boomich, and Flamey, they get a lot of work on these, so there's going to be no slouches whatsoever. But the pressure is on Simple and Electronic to make these kills. They've taken long very quickly and without giving away too many sound cues whatsoever, and they're just going to continue to press forward. See if they can find some resistance now that Simple's tucked on into this left-hand side.
Fallen has nothing to report off the flash for info, but there is a lot. About to stroll through the toilets. Leech has got a great angle, but Boomich has got a great shot. Fallen hears it all. Multiple targets. He only gets the one. This is looking good for Na'Vi if they can just force Naf out of his position. Oh, so many targets. So little time, and all of the frags favor Na'Vi. Stewie claws one back, but Grim not even considering it.
That is a nice response there from Na'Vi, considering how wrong things went against a weaker buy. Some would say they're able to pull this one back against all odds. And I think Boomich's shot there, that says it all. Just absolutely ripping a.
It's not like it's a common angle Alicia's going for there. He's just sitting, crouching on the tight line. Boomich, great opener.
He's playing some inspired Counter-Strike recently, Boomich, and if he can continue this, if he can be consistent as this aggressive player, he not only does he have to in-game lead, the aggressive players like Fur, like JW, eventually their moves run out, right? Eventually people are like, yeah, okay, well, we know this is what you like to do. If you can continue to reinvent the way that you're aggressive, props to you. That's not an easy feat.
It's like the hardest element of reinventing yourself.
Yeah, like it's one of the craziest maneuvers, and finding space and gaps. It's not a hard thing to replicate. I mean, easy thing to replicate.
Yeah, mixing up your CT angles and your CT spots is a different thing to mixing up your aggressive moves. And we are into a 7-11 scoreline. Grab your snacks.
Just a quick technical pause.
Oh, that's so appropriate. Thank you.
So you can grab your snacks.
Perfection.
And, make sure you hydrate. Alex let you all know at the start of the day. I have only drunk 1 bottle of water. That's 500 mils.
Yeah, and you know what's really weird is apparently I've been saying like 2 liters a day,
It's
but
meant to be 3.
for us grown men,
It's meant to be 3.
Yeah, we're burning more of it. We're churning through more of it just by existing.
I don't think I could drink 3 liters of water a day.
I'm sure you. I mean, I'm sure you're physically capable. You mean it wouldn't happen naturally?
It would take me forcing water down. to get there at this stage. But we can give everybody at home, while we have this technical pause, a bit of an update of the B stream, because over there we have Furia taking on Virtus Pro. Winner of that one advances to the quarterfinals. Loser is out. We've covered both Virtus Pro and Furia, and we've liked what we've seen from them. First map, Overpass as well, and that was the map choice of VP. They are currently leading 13-7 over there. You can see the scoreline here. Perfect, like we planned this one.
Oh, and it's Virtus Pro's CT side overpass, which we previously saw, and it looks like it's happening again. Buster, ridiculously consistent holding short and B. Jame having a very comfortable game with aggressive AWP maneuvers, as you would expect. And Furia up against the wall. This is for survival. Similar scorelines across both games. One for a semi-final bye and one to whittle down Furia and VP to just one for the playoffs. Final day of play of the group stage.
And we're back underway, isn't that perfect?
Wow, I actually couldn't have asked for anything more.
And now it's going to be these scouts again from Liquid. So let's see if there's a different response from Na'Vi once they know the scouts are in play. Maybe even a different approach straight away.
We saw them convert this without the FAMAS and the utility.
Here's the different approach, straight over to B.
Ah. Okay. Stewie asked a lot of him, and his Deagle not far off for second. Flamey down to half. He'll have to overcome the Grim FAMAS. Naf's actually present on the site as well. Do they want to go through these smokes? Feels like they do. The pre-fire is suffocating, and so is the frag. Swing from Electronic catches Naf, and those are the B defenders. You change up the pace, and Elige changes up my expectations. I thought this one was done. It should still be done, but Elige has hit a nice shot just to keep it competitive. Don't gonna expect to see an overextension from anyone else of Na'Vi. They don't really have to move a muscle.
Now they should back on out. They've hung around for a couple of kills. They've tried to test their luck, and while continuing to do so, they lose both scouts. Now, the reason I say they should have backed off, they're going to be eco this round, right? They could have used those scouts in the following and still been dangerous. USPs against 30 HP to individuals, that's going to be an easy frag. So maybe overcooking it a bit there, Team Liquid. But when we see Fallen, I want to point that out specifically, when we see them late in these moments where they're going retakes and they're not really doing anything, the Brazilians, through Fallen and co, were the first to ever do that, right? Yeah. They're the ones who showed just how late you can play these retakes, how patience is a virtue. A bit of frustration there from Grim. But this right here is looking very like a Na'Vi 9th. They are back in this game well and truly, as the Deagles will come out. 8 damage up towards Connector, not going to find a lot. Elige perched high and above. Perfecto will need to almost vertically clear.
It's not easy to clear Z-axis, but he's done it at the cost of half of his health. Ooh, the boost actually works out. They'll catch Electronic. Simple's timing could not have been more perfect. Grim slaps him into submission, says, you disrespect my smoke, I'll disrespect you. Okay.
Well, Naf's heard this. Did they just hear each other? They both made steps at the same time.
I don't know if Naf's pieced it together, or at least he's considering the alternative.
How are they both getting away with this? I think they both made steps at the exact same time.
Yeah. So they are both hyper aware of one another. It's a weird kind of 2v2 and a 1v1.
All right, Movich has had enough of that. Doesn't want to hang around. Naf 2, bye. Gives him a shot on the way out the door.
Good to see you, man. And they've even, I mean, that's info as well. Like, I think Naf wins that exchange.
Well, he's getting his way back over towards Connector, so he might be able to get there in time, but Grim and Fallen need something.
See if Fallen's got a Juan Dig in the bank. Not quite. Flamey low, though. Softened up for the teammates Deagles when they arrive. Oh, Grim's getting hunted. Should be comfortable for Boomich, and it is. Looks to be stabilizing. I say that as Naf advances. Oh, and already another with a Dig. Boomich was planting. He can't quite catch him. He knows Perfecto's low. Boomich on the plant is the healthiest, and he's gone away so far scar-free.
Probably doesn't want this Mac 10.
What's waiting for him on long?
I'm not certain. Maybe it's so his rotations aren't heard, so he doesn't have to shift walk all the way up through Banana, right? Because they'll hear him below at Graffiti. So this way he's just able to stay out of those audible areas. And if they exit towards him, he might be able to grab another kill and do some more damage, and that's exactly what's happening. So this could be an AK served up on a silver platter
19 HP Perfecto. Not going to be expecting this. Naf has played this one absolutely perfectly, and he'll take the upgrade happily. Right, well, that was inspired. Something. It is, however, 9, and you can see it did start off pretty damn well. Let me see this Grim shot. Get out of here, Simple. And they solve it nicely. You can see how hectic it did get for a moment, but Perfecto out short finds Fallen. Boomich needed to find that clean on Grim, and there you have it. The gap continues to close.
Okay, well, that did get awkward for a second there.
And now NAV can at least put up a bit more of a fight here on the armored pistol round.
Oh, they've gone. Okay, so they've
done double.
Oh,
Triple? Wait, that was like...
Yeah, Yanko's going to hate this on the desk. They went Scout Force Buy, Deagle Upgrade, and now they've gone into Pistol Half Buy.
That's like 3 rounds they've kind of put on a plate for NAVI.
Yeah, I guess they wanted to contest.
Is this a product of those?
Wars,
yeah.
Okay. They didn't have to limp in the way they did last round. All right. Well, interesting scenes here. As this should be the 10th for NAVI now, unless Liquid can pull something out of the bag. Perfecto awares that there is more pressure towards Connector. That AK still in the hands of Elige here. Naf's given that one up. I don't mind the boost if they go for this sign boost, right? At least it gives them the option of something that will get them 1 kill and hope that they can find some more when it gets messy. Na'Vi, with all this utility and all the numbers alive, would have to do their very best to flub this one.
So, a CT smoke drop long?
About to be called clear.
Oh, no, it's not. Electronic spotted out. The AK spotted out. And Stewie taking initiative. If he tucks in... Oh, he goes for the walk. He hits the shot, though.
Flamey, that can't happen.
Really unforgivable stuff. And now he's walking up long with the bomb. They are going to go for a boost APC. And they take down Electronic. That AK falls to his teammate. Stewie's got armor. Low health. Maybe Naf can do some damage with his. He's recovered it as well. Perfecto from bathrooms. He will eventually get hunted by Stu. Don't blame Naf for spraying. He knows there's a potential walk up towards Grim's location. Bomb down Dice. Boomich close. Naf's actually wallbanged him. And now Simple's getting caught. He's got 3 HP. He goes down to Naf. Another hero play from Nafly. Perfecto looking for his own. And he's been caught by the late flank of Stewie. Liquid have pulled it out of the bag. Against all odds, the boost, like they boost Sign for a tag, they boost APC for a frag.
Over the smoke as well.
Stewie, I mean, yeah, you said that unforgivable Flamey exchange. That was an odd turn of events. Stewie was a sitting duck.
Okay, so this makes up for the woes that was the poor economy management, right?
Like, he's just fully spraying smokes. Naf unloaded like a straight 60 bullets into 2 different smokes there, and it was enough to win a round. He's got that game sense on.
That seed of tilt for Na'Vi that was planted in the first half after they flubbed a bit of a round as well, definitely starting to grow now. That's 3 or 4 rounds within this game alone where Liquid have really just highway robberied them. Okay, guns are back out. This is still trying to stabilize out here in second half, round 22. Boomich aggressive. Holland perched with the AWP, trained and ready. Only man over towards A at this juncture. Flashed off, and Boomich was trying to force him back on his own here.
I remember the kind of plays Fallen used to pull off in his prime. Hanging around this toilet's aggressive AWPing, multiple targets, flashes, he turns them, he's got it in him. And Simple versus Fallen is on the docket. Fallen converts, takes down the notorious Simple.
It's the frag leader gone here for Na'Vi, so...
Grim's lucky to be alive after that one.
Yeah. Well, at least Flamey knows he's done some damage. I don't know, I'm starting to worry about Na'Vi in this round here. Still have a lot of work to do, and only 2 smokes and 3 flashbangs to assist. Elige jump spotting still with a bucket load of utility of his own. This Molotov will be great to slow this down even more. 7 seconds off the lip of Banana. That spurs something.
That flash even delays their smoke take. Like, they're going to be really late to the site here, Chad.
Classic Na'Vi.
Yeah, but if Fallen hits one more of those, what are you supposed to do? Fallen's not got it all covered. Boomich pressuring. He's got to eat the flash. Back turned. He's being pushed from every angle. Traded by Elige, though. And they got 12 seconds, Chad. It's over. That's 13. Na'Vi held at bay.
Jeez.
Team Liquid, the team that most recently beat Na'Vi, are looking to take their map pick rather convincingly, at least for this round. You can see that was a lovely setup. They had all the pieces in the right place. Time just a little bit too tight for Na'Vi. The duels had to be hastily rushed.
You know how we're saying that Liquid were the last team to beat NAVI on this 10-series streak? That was 5 weeks ago. Right, well, maybe a little bit less. It was the 20th of January. Right? Yeah. Quite some time ago. So NAVI, don't know what it feels like to lose in recent history.
Yeah, a little bit of a shocking reminder for them.
Okay, well, these pistols don't spur too much confidence. Simple getting boosted up, clearing out close, nobody home. Fallen's ult rings out. Now hearing some footsteps, he thinks about swinging that door open. And with one smoke on Electronic, I wonder where this is destined for. Oh, we're about to find out.
Nice tag. More to come. Stewie wants to finish the job. Nate looks destined for glory. Elysian Fallen, fill the feed. Anyone else for his org? It looks too easy. Fish in a barrel.
Chewing him up. Spitting him out. 14-9. Good here with a bit of a statement on map number 1.
You ever done apple bobbing?
No.
You never bobbed for an apple?
Try not to let people tie my hands up.
Timeout is a word that's relevant for this conversation.
Indeed it is.
2-4 score. And we are going to be unleashing our brilliance. Here it is. I said fish in a barrel. This is as comfortable as it gets, really, as a CT. You can see there isn't a moment where Elige is cautious for his life. And I'm sure this is doing wonders for the confidence of Liquid as a unit. Stewie in particular, top of the scoreboard up against an opposition like this.
They beat Vitality, right? So Liquid, to get to this point, already sent one of the big 3 down to the lower bracket, and Vitality are no longer in this tournament. Whereas both of these teams still are. They will still be in the playoffs. It's just who's going to get that bye.
You
just get straight to the
just have to go through Zywoo, Simple, and Device. I mean, it's just, you know, just a casual list.
It was just a normal day at the office, I suppose, at this point in Counter-Strike. It is insane with how many good players we have, but that big 3, I don't know if Liquid are ready to rattle that cage.
Well, they're rattling them right now. Let's see. Fallen with some aggression. Having a little look over the gap. It is... I realized how much of an oxymoron that was about to sound like. A passive aggression. It makes sense, I promise. He tucks into long now, and we do see a little bit of an early exchange. Electronic underpass and making it clear. With the door naded off, though, it always... You can see like the dynamic changes with these nades that the HE's consistently on that door because of those boosts. If you aren't having constant pressure monster, then you are vulnerable to getting caught out on those late boosts. Fallen, talking of getting caught out, doesn't have anyone babysitting his bottom here.
Yeah, it all comes down to timing, so he has to
having a look.
choose.
Oh, he's going to look away. It's all about Boomich's choice. Elsewhere, we can see smokes exchange. Liquid have got plenty of lineups to drop those monster smokes. Grim just getting warbanged from everywhere. Fallen is actually going to be holding it, but wasn't ready for the Boomich peak. Knocks his head off. Elige is not going to be able to cross back to site, so he's on a... I say that. He's thinking about it. Perfecto's hit a great shot as well, yeah. There's maybe one chance, and that relies on Naf's double.
Perfecto.
Yeah, looking great. Very sharp stuff.
Well, NAVI have given away some bad rounds so far this game. They can't give away one like this.
Nah. Especially Stewie's the only healthy member, and he's coming in from back. He is not going to take too much damage from that, but Perfecto's on Optimus. I wonder if he sees the shadow. There was a tiny glimmer of it. Wasn't ready for that. And so it looks like NAVI will close that gap to their 10th.
All right.
Score as it currently stands is going to be 5-4. Just leaning NAVI's way in our second half. It was a 10-5 first to Liquid, with some absurd heroics across the board.
Lots of rounds I think people would argue they probably shouldn't have won.
Shout out to Jakey on the observing as well.
All right, we'll rip that one out of Grim's hands. The money is still good for at least one more for Liquid here. So Liquid can reinvest, even opt in for the double AWP if they would like. Stewie's yet to purchase, so maybe we might see that. And this
He waited. I mean, he was waiting for about 20-30 seconds to catch this timing. And Fallen was even looking his way. Just very nice element of surprise. I think Fallen was holding the line, but not expecting something so close.
Players are so patient these days. I have ants in my pants when I play Counter-Strike. These guys just perch up, sit, wait, and then punish.
Liquid the only way.
Broken. They can be broken late here, Alex. If we get 2 on the trot here from NAVI, this one could go the distance. 3-man stack over to a day from Liquid, and, well, B is the early intent from NAVI. Simple wants to search through this monster tunnel with the AWP. Flamey's taking the space for his teammate. He's ahead of the smoke. They're actually pouncing on in. This could be huge.
Yes, and Grim, despite the off angle, and Stewie too with his miss. First Perfecto, now Flamey. The individuals of Na'Vi step up to the plate and knock Grim and Stewie down a peg. Bombs planted. Org is a good weapon for this peak, but Flamey just on for 3. Maybe even a 4th if they even go for it. Nav and Fallen hanging out in the bank, thinking about where it all went wrong. Not a single point of damage dealt. Na'Vi walk into B.
If Na'Vi start chasing now and take these guns away, Liquid will be down to a low buy. That should be priority number 1. Sure, the cash isn't great, but Fallen has been a nuisance with this AWP.
Flamey's staring at electronic screen for when to throw the flash. The flash won't catch Fallen though. Trade, surely. There it is. Flamey finds his 4th.
On for the ace, Flame Dogger. Get on in there, mate. May as well. You don't get too many of these moments these days. Supportive element of Na'Vi here, just doing his job.
Just slowly hunting down the sloth.
Oh, Perfecto. Oh.
Not far off, but he lives to tell the tale. So Naf keeps hold of his goodies. Let's see this again. Flamey decides he'd like to enter B.
Yeah, so just really, that's only allowed because Simple's covering with the AWP. They know that there's nobody off to the right-hand side. Flamey plays in front of the smoke. And this one here just tapping away at Heaven. Bish, bosh, bash.
Elige even had the scope advantage there. Just precision on those taps. Great stuff.
Yeah, that is good impact. The B players on the first half were out of a lot of the thick of it, right? They were having to rotate quite a lot. So Flamey and Perfecto rotating into Death.
Hello.
And Elige onto Boomich.
I looked away from the screen for a second.
I was doing some hand gestures and someone died. So things are happening very quick around here.
All right. Well, that's a big early casualty as well. One of the top dogs for Na'Vi.
Electronic has been struggling this map, right? I was talking about the change of position on the CT side. Well, only 10 kills to the name right here. If he can get any pep in his step towards the tail end of this first map, might be the difference maker for Na'Vi.
A single saved rifle. I mean, the Deagle from Elige has given them that early man advantage. That does give them some.
Oh, Flamey.
Yeah, he should be set for at least a chance here. No way. As it fades, Nav fills the feed. That's going to corral them into the stack. 3 here. 1 is Elige. He's got the Deagle. He's already had some lethality. Ooh, Perfecto spotted, and he doesn't know where the hell that came from. Now he does, and a quick shot onto Fallen to punish. They want to lock him out. Elige has caught another with a Deagle. It's a big scalp to take. He drops a smoke to make it awkward. Simple, aggressive AWPing. Trying to force the issue. Elige will be forced out. Again, Perfecto with impact frags.
It's just Naf here.
Yeah. And the bomb thrown across by Simple, and rightfully so, because a lot of damage inflicted by Nafly.
Flank's coming from Grim now.
It's planted bankside. Where's Simple? He's actually walking long. Naf, surely booked here by Perfecto. Oh, Loud, made a step. All too aware as to when he can punish this now. He's hoping that will bait. Yeah, he's hoping that will bait for Grim's walk up. Simple's all too aware of the potential for that advance, and he's taken him. Lovely stuff. That's just a bit of a team ace between Perfecto and Simple. Keeping it lovely and level. 14 now to 12.
Stole back one there, didn't they? So they were on the receiving end of quite a few of those in the first half. Remember that Deagle round from Simple where he gets 3 and then they still lose? Well, this is, I guess, the equivalent of that in the second half.
Early casualties, but despite Elige's heroics, it was saved by the 2 of them, Perfecto and Simple.
Okay, well, I've kept their head above water in this. You don't want to concede the 15th round in that fashion, but Liquid is still out looking for it. Famus for Grim. More power for Fallen again. More pressure towards this B bomb site. Smokes, flashes, everything going for both teams. Molotovs over towards Sandbag. Rotation of the 4th man as well as Liquid hunker down for a B execute in the early stages. Just leaving Fallen with a lot of pressure. That flash has actually hit Grim, so unable to capitalize off his teammate's alley-oop. And Navi are really taking the pace out of this. Minute 15, getting connected control, more harassment over towards B. Flamey continuing to keep them on their toes. He knows he's been tested by some of those monster pushes already. Navi taking long now. Now we have a minute on the clock. Bomb still very defensive, no real intent known. They've got almost all the territory they could hope for here, Navi. The only thing they don't have under their control right now is the bathrooms.
And that's where Fallen resides. Smoke and mirrors this time from NAVI. Presence all across the map, but they plan to rescind back through the underpass.
There's 3 players at A right now for Liquid. They've gambled wrong.
Stewie and Grim have been having their fair share of woes on this. The flashes look good to slow them. Stewie, doesn't control his spray, and Grim's gone too.
Save call.
Has to be. Has to be.
Don't even hang around looking for anything here. You cannot risk losing these rifles if you're Liquid.
Like, I wouldn't even want to be bank. I want to be long. I want to be somewhere far, far away.
Boomich has already taken connector control though, Alex, so we're talking about long. He can get there before them.
Wow.
If he slithers through bathrooms right here, they will have to stop at the pot plant. They can't cross the tree.
They might try.
Half is loud.
Very loud. And Boomich has already taken down 1. This is where it gets awkward with only 2 players left. He assumes there's going to be more friends around the corner. Okay. So Elige babysits. Keeps falling alive for now, but the hunt will continue.
Yeah, and we have the magic number of 3. NAVI have done that. So by only leaving Elige and falling alive, they can only drop a rifle each. Someone is going without in the following round.
Big frag from Boomich.
Yeah.
Could have huge follow-on effects. Flamey's just about going to have a chance to fire off a bullet.
Oh,
Flamey!
Flamey!
Oh, they twist the knife. They pour in some salt. That's a timeout, yeah. First one we've seen from Liquid. And an update for you over on that B stream. Hello, VP. I played a lot of Counter-Strike today.
And pushed.
All the way down to the wire, my lord. Fury of VP, I bet there's some very peculiar Counter-Strike going on there.
Well, Ard only has 10 kills, so
Yeah.
they've done a good job of
Kinder's
silencing
on
him
near
throughout.
30 though, dude. He's having a game.
32 for Jame.
All right.
Something's going on over there. This is the final few seconds. Bomb exploded. Tick, 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 tick. Flamey pre-firing corners. Oh, and he gets it just in time. You can see that was slowed down for your enjoyment at home. That was, right on the nose.
And I mean, you know, you can make it work. An AUG and an AWP, 1 on each site, get early info, finish with some P250 and Kevlar, but now it is only the AWP. Fallen, not often. Oh, wow, look at that spawn as well. It's almost begging him to take an early peek.
He will do. Really enjoyed some of Fallen's AWPing in Overpass a couple years ago. Aggressive over towards that short position. Would always make it work, but it looks like NAVI, foot down, straight into B.
Wow, so fast. And already Fallen tested by those very mobile MAC-10s. Doesn't hit the CZ bullets necessary, and they're just getting overwhelmed, overrun. They've lost their AWPer early. Shouldn't be much more to be said about this one. Stewie 2K. And Elige, just a bit of damage from his Deagle. Electronic finishes it off. We do wrap it all up to 14-14. 2 teams relatively inseparable. We will see the CT cash just having to be stretched a little thin. Cash for days for NAVI. They will not be having to swallow any financial burdens for these final 2 rounds of play.
All right,
you can see
it's filling up.
Wow, is that a real-life Disney Pixar character dancing? Oh.
A real-life Disney... Oh, okay, I see what you're talking
It's
about.
peculiar. Technology just got weird. Like I like for some reason like kind of disconnected from what's possible, and now everyone's got funky webcam tricks.
Yeah, well, I think we sped up in the old quarantine time, didn't we? Want to look a little bit different calling into the office.
Yeah, I used to have a gaming headset that could make me sound like a kind of a demon, or like a big deep voice and stuff. Yours just does that automatically for fun.
By accident.
But that was a few years ago. Now we get ready for battle. Round 29, first map, final series for Team Liquid and NAVI. Final one of the group stage for our main stream.
Wonder what the change-up is going to be from Liquid here, because they have been on the receiving end of a bit of this. It's a 5-round streak, and the most damage they've been able to do, I think, was with those pistols a little bit earlier, where Simple and Perfecto had to bail them out. So the gun rounds have been looking good for NAVI. And Simple back over towards B with the AWP, expecting the change-up to be aggression through sewer. Flamey just making it look like it's the standard default where everybody works connector and A. Meanwhile, he has to babysit the B-bomb side. Hung around for a while, didn't see anybody. Now he's off on another adventure. So Flamey dips a little bit further back, much more passively, so he can't be overwhelmed by any aggressive maneuvers. And holding on to utility won't be too easy for Liquid to do, as they don't have a huge amount to work with here. Only a couple of smokes remaining, and most of those tend to get lobbed over to Monster just to keep their B defenders bolstered. Falling towards long, we could see him just waiting for any contact, and now with a minute through short appears to be the pivot point for NAVI.
Fallen again though, he fancies his chances. And he finds Electronic just as he looks away. Does he get away? He does. Elige keeps him safe. No more nonsense from Boomich this time around. Can they get back into the site? Ooh, and the flash is enabling them. They can dip out. They have the man advantage and considerable advantage. Grim and Stewie have been having their fair share of issues on B though. Incendiary will slow him down. Perfecto from Monster, Simple advancing with the bomb. Flamey arrives as well. Perfecto knife out through the smoke. Flash isn't good. Grim struggles. Stewie does for the first, but now Flamey and Perfecto have got room to maneuver. 20 seconds, they want to contest that plant, and NAF has done enough. Just Perfecto now. He can't plant, surely they'll deny it. He's on Graffiti, he'll be the one to advance, just one of them. One of them has to push on this plant. One of you. Knife out. Or all of you, that works too. Okay, Liquid, weather the storm of that one. Great early fragging from the boys in toilets.
Yeah, and that was just down to timing. If we get that one on replay, you'll see Electronic turns around. Now, obviously, he's probably trying to discuss something or see where his teammates are at exactly. But Fallen gets a bit of a freebie here. So Fallen gets that kill on Electronic facing the wrong way. Elige quickly comes in to soak up the space being taken. And this is them charging down Perfecto as he's trying to get the plant in. They can definitely throw the bodies at the line. Perfecto, it's really difficult. He doesn't know exactly where everybody is. Opted to try and draw them out. And he's the one that gets taken down. So it's overtime or bust here for NAVI.
All right then.
Both teams have everything they want for the final round of play, so nobody making any compromises here.
It is NAVI that have to make the call though. So Boomich has to really micromanage should this get into the mid-round. A game plan has been established. Fallen sets up his watch post on long. And this is where all 10 players right now have that itching feeling at the back of the brain. Just don't be the first to die. Don't be the first to die. Don't be the first to die.
They've actually put Flamey a little bit more aggressively. Traditionally, we're seeing him play more passive over towards that backyard area. He's playing in sewer pipe now as Elige lobs out another smoke over towards
Quick
B.
smoke count. That's 3 remaining.
And just keep Monster smoke. That seems to be the name of the game for Liquid.
Yeah, and it's worked wonders. It stopped any of that funny business walking out.
Oh, Flamey is worried about so much here. The little jump over from the double boost towards Graffiti, even a problem for him. Bomb towards T-Spawn, still for NAVI. And a passive setup for Liquid. So they can execute on either side quite calmly. Fallen has been the really only thorn in the side to stop them before the utility lands. And he's actually probing forward. So the in-game leader of Liquid, the newly appointed one, with a massive risk. He's ahead of that smoke. He knows that it's not going to be the A play. Confidently, he can
Again with the re-smoke Monster though. They've still got another 2. No, correct myself, 1. He seems to be acting like he does.
Yeah. He's calling a
30
gap right now.
seconds! 30 seconds, they re-smoke it, Chad.
I think he's calling a gap.
They've got to go. They have to go. Grim gets 1. They're baiting in Stu. 2 from Monster side. This short push is everything for NAVI. And oh dear, bit of a meal of it from NAF. Grim goes down, but that's the bomb. Gets another, no! Flamey does get traded. 10 seconds, there's no time. No hope for Boomich. Surely, just survive. That's all they're saying. Boomich knows it's gone. He'd need both frags now. Fallen safe, 2 seconds, 1. And Liquid, a full 30 rounds, but